Welcome in Sports Talk at the Stadium from Shreveport, Louisiana, Independence Stadium, where tonight South Carolina leaves Shreveport with a bowl victory. That's four straight bowl victories for the Gamecocks as they beat Miami 24-21. The Gamecocks got off to kind of a slow start, then dominated in the second quarter, had over 200 yards in the second quarter, and had a 17-6 lead at halftime. Miami scored in the third quarter and had a two-point conversion to make it a three-point game, 17-14. And then in a critical point of the game with Miami with the football and a chance to go down the field and take the lead, the Gamecocks get a big turnover. Gerald Dixon hits Duke Johnson and forces a fumble and recovers the fumble. A couple of plays later, the Gamecocks are in the end zone. Dylan Thompson running in for the score. USC goes up by 10. Gamecocks needed that because it didn't take long for Miami to go back down the field and score and make it a three-point game. Miami opted to kick off deep. South Carolina was able to get a first down, run out the clock, and avoid a losing season. The Gamecocks finished 7-6, so Steve Spurrier still has not had a losing season in his tenure at South Carolina. And as I mentioned, the Gamecocks win their fourth straight bowl game. And they love to remind you about the teams they've beaten: Michigan, Nebraska, Wisconsin, and now Miami. Four teams pretty highly regarded program-wise in college football. So Steve Spurrier feels pretty good about things now. It's been a tough year for Spurrier and the Gamecocks overall. They had the bad loss to Texas A&M to start the regular season, the bad loss to Clemson to end the regular season, and in between, several golden opportunities that slipped away from them. But today, all smiles by Spurrier and company as they leave Shreveport with a victory. I think the most uplifting parts for South Carolina to take from this game, the play of the defense. I know they gave up over 400 yards, and Duke Johnson, who is a great running back and who will be, I think, a great NFL running back if he stays healthy, he had 130 yards. But today, the Gamecock defense played with some reckless abandon. They got after the quarterback, Brad Kaya. They made him uncomfortable at times. They forced an interception that led to a field goal. They got some pressure in the backfield, had 8 tackles for loss, and they did this playing without 2 of their starters, of course, J.T. Surratt out and David Johnson out. So the young guys seem to have grown up a little bit since the Clemson game through the bowl practices and into this game. The Gamecock secondary, defensive backs, seem to be on their men most of the time. There weren't too many blown coverages this time around for South Carolina. So I think when you head to the offseason now, as South Carolina is off a bowl win, knowing they've got most of their defensive players back, they've got to feel good about this performance today, and it gives them something to build on. No, it's not the kind of defensive performance that's going to put you in the top 10 nationally defensively, but it is something to build on, no doubt about it. And then offensively, of course, the Gamecocks do have some rebuilding to do looking ahead to next year, losing Dylan Thompson, losing Mike Davis. Of course, Shaq Rowland is gone. They're going to lose a couple of their star offensive linemen as well. But they do have some good pieces returning. They've got to settle in the quarterback situation. Of course, that'll be first and foremost on Steve Spurrier's mind here heading into spring practice. But Brandon Wiles, David Williams, Sean Carson, they give the Gamecocks 3 good running backs to start with. KJ Brent had a good game at wide receiver. He'll be back. And, of course, Pharaoh Cooper was outstanding today. 9 catches, 170 yards in receptions, and he'll be the offensive star for South Carolina next season. I would think that they will come up with many, many ways to put the ball in his hands. But for now, next season can wait as far as South Carolina is concerned. The Gamecocks want to enjoy this season-ending victory in the Independence Bowl as they take down the Miami Hurricanes 24-21 to finish the season at 7-6. That'll do it for our coverage from here in Shreveport. Of course, we look forward to talking with you about the game Monday night on Sports Talk, and please check out our story online with post-game video and audio from the Gamecocks. That'll do it from here in Shreveport. Have a great weekend.